Hello, I'm Liviu Bălan and today I will show you how to install MySQL on Ubuntu Server. First, I will connect to a virtual machine using SSH Ubuntu VM. Then, I will install some helpers packages that will assist us in getting our components to communicate with each other. Remember that I will use this machine, this virtual machine, with PHP. So I will install PHP 5 MySQL in order that PHP will communicate with MySQL. But first, I will run sudo apt-get update, enter the sudo password for current user, Liviu in my case, then type sudo apt-get install MySQL server PHP MySQL PHP 5 MySQL. Type yes, and now I will have to choose a new password for MySQL root user. I will use the password PASSWD. And then I will type sudo mysql install db. This tells MySQL to create its database directory structure where it will store its information. Next, I will use this command sudo mysql structure installation. And what this command do is to run a simple security script that will remove some dangerous defaults and lock down access to our database system a little bit. First, I will have to type the current password for root user. So I will use the PASSWD previously set. Now I'm asked if I want to change the root password. I will type N for now. And then I will accept the defaults by press the enter key. Remove anonymous users, yes. Disallow root login remotely, yes. Remove test database and access to it, yes. Reload privileges, reload privilege tables now, yes. Now, if I want to check that MySQL were installed successfully, I will type sudo -u root -p. What this command do is to connect using MySQL client from the MySQL command with the user root, and the -p is telling MySQL to prompt me to enter the password for the root user. Press enter and now type PASSWD and now I'm connected to MySQL. If I want to quit the current MySQL session, type exit. Another approach is that here I can type the password PASSWD, the password that I previously set up, and press enter, and as you can see I'm not prompted to enter any password. Now if I want to see that MySQL is up and running, I can type show databases, and as you can see these are the default MySQL databases that are installed by default: information schema, MySQL, and performance schema. Type exit to quit the current MySQL session. And another And next I will show you another method that you can test your MySQL connection. I will start the MySQL Workbench. If you want to learn how to install MySQL Workbench on a Linux Mint or Ubuntu distribution, you can check out my YouTube tutorial on how to install MySQL Workbench. And here I will press this button to create a new connection. Here I will have to choose a connection name, which I will use http://livybalan.com. Because I will use SSH keys, I will choose standard TCP/IP over SSH. Then I will have to choose a connection name. I will have to choose SSH hostname. I will use http://livybalan.com on default port 22, which is the port for SSH. Next, I will have to set up the SSH user, which is Livy in my case. And because I have an SSH local config file, I don't have to type any password or specify an SSH key. If you don't have an SSH local config file, you will have to specify the password, the SSH password, or the SSH key file. If you want to learn more about how to manage the SSH client, you can check out my YouTube tutorials on how you can do this. Next, I will have to specify the MySQL hostname. I will let the default as is. The local host 127.0.0.1, the port, which is the default 3306, and then user, which is root. Now if I test the connection, you will see here an error. I will store the password for root the root MySQL user, which is PASSWD. Hit enter, and now if I press the test button again, I am prompted to enter the Livy password, which is in this case my SSH password on http://livybalan.com server. Press OK, and now if I press OK and go to this connection again, click connect, and as you can see here, I am connected to my remote MySQL server, and from here I can manage the databases, tables, and so on. If I click this button to create a new database, and let's say I am creating a tutorial, database tutorial, click apply, go to the console again, connect to MySQL and run show databases again, you can see the tutorial database that I've just created. So this is how you install MySQL on Ubuntu Server. If you want better performance, you may want to install MySQL on a dedicated machine. So you will install an operating system such as Ubuntu Server, and only MySQL and probably a firewall, but no PHP, no Apache, and other stuff, because you will use that machine only for MySQL. You will have better performance, you will have more space, and this is a good idea when you want to create a big website or web application with a lot of concurrent users. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to learn more about MySQL, Ubuntu and web technologies, don't forget to check out my website livyubalan.com, and also watch my tutorials on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.